what is the worst, hands down, what is the worst, scariest thing that ever happened to you while hunting down a fugitive?
Well, being arrested with the guy. We were arrested in Mexico.
I remember that story.
6 years ago for arresting Andrew Luster, who is Max Factor's great-grandson and convicted of 86 counts of rape.
Right. That was up in California.
He got convicted in California and then bolted. We caught him in Puerto Vallarta, Mexico, and we were put in a prison called Jalisco.
Oh.
So that was not a fun time.
And just I remember the story, but I can't remember all the details. You went to Mexico, and to get him, he fled. And how much bail had he?
He jumped $1 million bond, so the reward was somewhere like $200,000.
All right, so well worth a little trip to Mexico.
Well worth a trip to Mexico.
All right, so he jumped the bond, $1 million. You go to Mexico, and what caused the Mexican authorities to flip out and arrest you?
Well, we went in there, we snuck in, but at the border they said, "What are you here for?" I said, "I'm here to arrest the gringo." And they're like, "Okay," and I skipped through. I told all the truth.
Right.
Then we grabbed him, and we're headed to the police department, and, the federales mugged us. And down there, if you arrest the guy, the rumors were we were taking him in the trunk across the border, blah, blah, blah. We weren't. We were taking him to the sheriff's department. So we were arrested for kidnapping the first 2 weeks in Mexico, which is a 20-year sentence.
Yeah, how'd you like to spend 20 years in a Mexican prison?
Where you have to drink the water.
Oh, my God. So refresh everyone's memory. Obviously, you're here. You're not in a Mexican prison. This went on for a while.
This went on. The judge set bail because they saw 86 counts of rape. And then my lawyer down there said, adios, go, dog, go. So we crossed the border, kind of dressed differently, and got into the United States. Everything was fine. They dropped it to a misdemeanor, deprivation of liberty, which was a 2-year sentence instead of a 20 and or a couple $1,000 fine. 5 years later, the arrest warrant came from Mexico, and the federal marshals in the United States could not find a definition for deprivation of liberty, so they just wrote down on the warrant kidnapping.
Oh,
so then here they come 12, 14 deep, and because kidnapping in America is also serious, so they arrested us.
Right.
The judge in America set bail $300,000 for my son, I, and my brother. Mine was the highest. And so then the appellate court in Mexico looked at the case slowly, which took them a year, and 3 judges in Mexico said, compared to 86 counts of rape, El Perro dog, you may go home.
Right. El Perro.
El Perro.
Listen, it is farcical. It is ridiculous that you are in Mexico trying to collect a guy that jumped $1 million bond, 80-something counts
86 counts of rape.
And you're trying to get this monster off of the Mexican streets. Who knows how many Mexican women he could rape?
Right.
And I mean, just a circus, just ridiculous. And legally, what did it cost you legally?
Oh, it's cost $500 million. I mean, you know, with the fees. Then I hired a guy in the mainland or in America who burned us.
Right.
We finally.
What do you mean he burned you?
Well, he was the great. Like he could do all this and do all that, and you can't pay anybody off because you're in the limelight. So you got to do it right. All those allegations you could pay, you might be able to pay traffic fines off, but in court in Mexico, you're not paying them anymore.
Were the Mexican authorities, did you ever get the sense of the Mexican authorities or the federales or the police in Mexico, were they looking for a grease?
No,
they were not.
Never, because I think that was mentioned. That's bribery, but I think someone said that and they absolutely denied it because it got to be one of the highest profile cases there was.
Oh, sure.
Yeah.
The truth is he had, $30 million. So he could spread the money around in both systems. The Mexican cartel, once I got in with them, they dropped their hit on me because I made friends. But then he had people in America, which lawyers and, the American cartel. So his money made problems for us.